Welcome to King Lizzard and Xbox One with more Forza Motorsport 6 Porsche expansion DLC. So this is my Porsche Anthology Part 9, which takes us to Mazda Laguna Seca. And I'm driving again for the second time the Porsche 914/6. Now this is a pretty good all-rounder car. This started in 12th place there. That's always the good position you get in these anthology series, if you like, so you all start midfield. And I'm driving professional difficulty AI, and I'm driving with no assists at all. Oh, he slowed down a little bit more than I expected there, hit him up the backside. Now I will try to do this fair, as I do all races. I always try to drive fair against AI or people, so my objective is to try and get myself a race win or podium cleanly. And Pro AI is quite a tough AI if it's not something you've tried before. Unbeatable is pretty crazy stuff. However, I have started to get the odd podium on Unbeatable now, so it might be something I transition to in the not too distant future. Back end really went there. I got caught up with that car in front and it kind of upset the rear. That's the first kind of major slide I've had in this car since I've driven it in this race and the last race, Road America. So take this corner real fast there. In 7th place at the moment, which is a good position to be, as this is a 3-lap race and it really will take some doing for me to get up into the front 3. You know, these professional races are pretty tough and the AI do drive pretty hard. Unfortunately though, with Forza AI, the thing I'm seeing more and more now is that even at the harder difficulties where the AI is supposed to be a lot more careful and a lot more professional, they are ridiculously awkward drivers. They will drive through you, literally. If you have an accident on track, every car will just smash you off the track. If you slide sideways, they'll just tap you that extra little bit as they're going past to spin you out and pretty much ruin your race or your car. The AI in this game have got a lot to answer for turn 10. They really are pretty poor. Now this drivatar thing clearly isn't working out, I hope, unless obviously the whole community drives like complete assholes, because that's pretty much how the AI drive. They deliberately try to take you off track a lot of the time by driving through you, because they seem to only have one set route. They're not that intelligent. Now if you look back at games like Grid was an extremely intelligent AI system, even for its time. I think it came out, it was about 2008, maybe 2010 possibly, and the AI in Grid were actually, respectful of you and where you were, and they would try and overtake you. They wouldn't try to drive through you. And in addition to that, if you hit an AI in Grid, they took it personal, and they would take revenge on you accordingly to how well you respected them. And that for me is a driver, that is a driver AI that is pretty intelligent, and this AI in this game is just not intelligent. It actually gets a whole lot worse when you start jumping into private lobbies, and let's say for instance you've got 10 participants. I mean, generally I'll have maybe 8 to 10 human opponents when I'm racing in private lobbies, and the rest of the AI that are left, e.g. the remaining 14 cars that you add to the circuit, which I do just to make it interesting for us to race, because some of us aren't as good as others and some of us will want something to race against if they're at the back of the pack and stuff, and it just feels better. But unfortunately the AI just have a tendency to even more so drive through you in private lobbies. It's it is really pretty ridiculous, and Turn 10 have done nothing about fixing this at the moment. I mean, okay, they've done some reprogramming of AI for NASCAR, but although they may have programmed them to apparently drive better at high speeds, they clearly don't have any marbles between their ears, because they literally will just drive through you or drive you off track still. And that for me is not in any way an intelligent AI. Intelligent AI will try to stop for something that's directly ahead of it, that's an object that might be blocking its path, not drive through it and risk damaging their own car or stopping their progression in the race. So don't get me wrong, I'm not anti Forza 6. I love Forza 6 with a passion, but you know, I'm playing a lot of this, and obviously what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing that if, you know, I want to drive professional races or unbeatable races more specifically, the AI is absolutely brutal. You know, I found myself restarting a number of races in unbeatable purely because the AI were just wiping me out, and it was, you know, just as bad as playing online, to be honest. It's, you know, it's a pretty tough deal. So back to this race anyway. That's me off my soapbox on AI for Forza 6 for the moment, and into the third lap here. It's the final lap. Pretty tough race this. So I'm up to third place at this point, and getting myself into this nice S-bend. I do really like this corner section. It's quite technical, but I do enjoy driving that bit. It's quite an interesting piece of circuit. And then slowly catching up second place here. Do I have enough steam to reel this guy in? I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm not getting, quite a nice little drift there around that corner, I'm not getting first place at this point, but second place is within my grasp. So if I play this right, I should be able to steal second place, which I've done. Excellent. So I get myself a podium, and a second place podium at that, so quite happy with that. Quite a tough old race, that one. Just couldn't reel in first place. He's a long way off in the distance. So into the replay. Now this car, this 914/6, is an awesome car to drive, even with no assists. It's a very reliable car. It's got pretty good speed, very good handling, and pretty good grip. So I would recommend this. If you haven't bought the Porsche DLC yet, it is actually, or it has been anyway, I'm not sure if it still is at the moment, it was actually down to 50% of its price, so you could pick it up for £8, which, to be honest, I was quite happy paying £16 for the Porsche DLC, given the number of cars it added to the game, as well as that additional circuit in Virginia International Raceway, which is a really nice track if you've not driven it yet. So £8 on Xbox Live, pretty good going. Definitely worth a buy if you're big into Forza Motorsport 6 like me. Now, obviously last week we got dropped the expected bombshell at E3, which was Forza Horizon 3 is due out in September. I've already pre-ordered my gold version, so I'll get some early access, which obviously I'll be posting up on the channel as I get materials to do so. And the benefits of the gold edition are 4-day early access, so instead of having to wait until September 27th, you'll get to play the game on September 23rd. Now for us in the UK, that's probably going to mean around 5 PM is when we'll be able to start playing, because big releases like this typically don't come online for playability until the US early morning hours anyway. That's my experience, so that's what I'd expect if I was you. Now obviously 4 days early access means I'll be hitting King Lizzard's Game Lounge with plenty of Forza Horizon 3 content, hopefully before some of the competition, if not at least at the same time. Now the other benefits include the VIP pass. They also include the season card pass, so there are money savings to be had in going for the Ultimate Gold Edition if you can afford to do so. Now in terms of features, Forza Horizon 3 does include a 4-player cooperative campaign, 30 new rim styles. It's also got wide body kits. Bucket list is there as usual, as is the barn finds, and 350 cars from start. I think the original Forza Horizon 2 was around 200, correct me if I'm wrong, and it includes cross-platform support for Windows 10. Now also, if you buy Forza Horizon 3 on Xbox One, you can play it for free on your Windows PC system as well. There's also a new feature called Horizon Blueprint, which basically lets the player decide their festival, and you can create your own events and even your own bucket list, which sounds quite interesting, and obviously share those with your friends. There's also manageability from a driver type perspective. You can hire friends as part of your crew or part of your festival. So there's, you know, a few new additions there. Probably the biggest news though is the return of the storefront and auction house features. Now storefront was always a place where you could sell your wares, so your created liveries or your tunes. Users that paid for those particular commodities would leave you feedback, e.g. a starred rating, and the idea was that those star ratings would dictate to the community how good those particular tunes or liveries were. And the auction house is a place that allows you to sell vehicles, so you know, cars you earn in the game or cars that you buy duplicates of and tune up and, you know, add liveries to and such. So it, you know, great bit of news there for big time Forza fans, for all of those old features to come back that we've been wanting so much from the Forza franchise. So there's some good changes in there. There's also some new changes, and the Australia theme setting is a great thing as well. It means a much bigger map, but they've also mimicked the Australian skyline with 24-hour motion capture and stuff. So apparently there's going to be some real advancements in graphical technology in terms of the sky in Forza Horizon 3, as well as, you know, the shift from day to night. So that's going to be pretty interesting stuff to watch as well. Now, another game I'm going to feature on the channel is Sebastian Leo Rally, a game I didn't particularly like the demo of, but I did manage to pick up a cheap copy quite recently, so I will be including some Sebastian Leo Rally as well as WRC5 also. Now, in terms of new games, Assetto Corsa was on the horizon for an August release date. However, I've been looking at some of the game sites, and a lot of them are saying to be confirmed for the release date. So it seems that yet again Assetto Corsa may also be delayed for its third time this year, which would be a real shame. That is obviously kind of a Project Cars-esque type effort for exotic and super and hypercars. So very much a simulator, very much kind of a PC orientated game coming to consoles. So it's something that's of great interest to me. I actually quite like Project Cars now. When it was released, it was a bit of a shambles, and hopefully Assetto Corsa is going to hit the ground running and not hit a brick wall like Project Cars did. We shall see. So I'll take this opportunity to thank you guys and gals for watching. I will be back again very soon with more Forza Motorsport 6 action and other gaming greats on King Lizzard's Game Lounge. Please be kind enough to rate the video. If you're not a subscriber, it'd be fantastic if you click that sub button and give me some support. Take care, keep well, and keep watching.